fuego. It's hot, fuego. Caliente, fuego. Hot, fuego. Fuego. It's hot, fuego. It's hot, fuego. Hot, fuego. Fuego. Hot, fuego. Caliente, fuego. Hot, fuego. Fuego. It's hot, fuego. Caliente, fuego. Hot, fuego. Fuego. It's hot, fuego. Caliente, fuego. Hot, fuego. Fuego. It's hot, fuego. It's hot. Beans itching with the ticks. I can teach arithmetics. John Wick with the.
All right, everybody. Welcome to another moment of the Nigga Truth, your political hip hop outlet. I'm Jimmy the Square Guy. I want to talk fly to you before we lie to you. With ED. What's up, man?
What it do? What it do?
Recreated me, not just Mohawk.
I mean everything.
So you got about 40 accolades. So.
Yep. So we got to keep it moving. But you know, what we do well. And
you do. I admit that.
Yeah, no doubt.
I hope it's some of the rub off on me.
Cannot touch the hem of my garment, man.
That's a nice one, though. That boy said, I cannot touch the hem of his garment.
I do heal the blind, man. I'm telling you.
All right, man. We got today is political week again on Nigga Truth.
Okay.
We have Miss Sonia Rash in the house today. I interviewed her once before. Very, very energetic. Very. She love to sing.
Okay, bubbly personality.
But good people. Very, very good people. Before we go there, man, let's get out the topic for the day, man. Cuban Gooding Jr. Oh my God. Say, if there had been anybody else that turned themselves in for a simple groping case, he would have not been in handcuffs and escorted like he was Charles Manson or somebody. Okay, the man going to jail. That was over the top.
Yeah, it's been a lot of that. You know, I don't know what to call it exactly, but there's definitely you know, something going on in the world of media that's kind of putting a bad angle or a slant to I guess we can call it assassination of the black male image.
Well, call it what it is, because right now the reality is that black man is the face of sex crime. Bad as it seems, I'm not trying to make it out of a race issue, but it seems like every time a sex crime comes on TV, it's a black celebrity of some sort.
Yeah, like I said, I think it was a little over the top. I mean, I've seen people in the neighborhood, you know, that turn themselves in for way worse crime. They don't even get put in handcuffs.
No.
So again, there's a clear, deliberateness about the images that they wanted us to see. But in all fairness, you know, if a person does a crime, you know, then all I'm saying is everybody should be treated equally. Just like they assassinated Bill. If Bill, you know, put something in them folks' Jello pudding pops, he should probably go to jail, man. But
why you gonna do all the time? I beg a quick stop.
I'm just
I used to eat pudding pops, so don't say that, bro. And as you think about it now,
I'm just saying all the evidence say don't get one from Bill, man.
I'm saying now that you mention it, and I ate some pudding pops, I did kind of get a little drowsy when I was a kid. Don't.
But I am saying that your Weinsteins and all the other folks, you know, even our president, they probably should have been some handcuffs too, and you know, or at least at the very minimum getting their image assassinated in like manner. So I'm just saying, let it be equal, you know, across the board. Exactly, spread the love. So not showing any being inconsiderate of the victims. But what I am saying is that, you know, if it's going to be justice, let Lady Justice really be blind and distribute that justice equally across the board. Man, so that's my take on it.
That's a damn good take. But I agree with one guy. His name is Hanson Campbell, I think. Hassan Campbell. He's real popular on YouTube.
Okay.
And like he said, there's not a brother who goes to a nightclub. I know a lot of guys that don't go to clubs. A lot of guys that don't get out and do parties. But the average guy that gets out to nightclubs, go to parties, that's in the nightlife, everybody done groped the female. And it does not mean that you groped her in a sexual way. But to grab her by her belt loop, by her pants pocket, excuse me, say, shorty, come here, let me holler at you. I don't know too many guys that has not done that. But like Eric said earlier, like Tupac said, I didn't have a record until I made a record. I guess once you become a superstar or a celebrity, whatnot, the things that you and I would get away in the nightclubs, they go to jail and get a lawsuit for.
I mean, the thing about that though, man, you got to be smart.
Yeah.
You know, with power, with influence, with wealth, with status comes responsibility. The one thing I like is I don't know the guy's name, the one that played the Matrix.
Keanu Reeves.
Neo. I'm gonna call him Neo.
Yeah.
That brother. So you know they got that standard of how they take pictures
with their hands like
exactly.
this. Yeah.
So anytime they're in the picture, they make sure their hands are exposed. So, you know, you can't say I had my hand on your butt, you know, or any other place that was inappropriate. My hands are clearly, you know, visible, and you know, in the line of sight of the, you know, or the camera. And so I just think that's smart. You know,
that's very smart.
When you know that at any time, because of your status, somebody can just accuse you because they're trying to get a payday.
Easy target.
Yeah, so you have to be responsible, man. Yeah. And it's kind of hard to do that though when you out just having fun. You didn't knock down a couple of drinks like Cubic because he clearly was feeling good. He's singing, you know, he was. And so you know, so you let your guards down. It's hard to have fun and then be mindful, man. Somebody might lie and say I raped them tomorrow, and so I can't have as much fun. I still got to be.
In the celebrity circle, they don't call it raping no more. They call it being Rosenberger that girl. Big being that girl.
Oh wow. So anyway, all I say is, you know,
first of all, I like Ben Roethlisberger. I think he's a great quarterback. But bro, somehow you became the butt joke of this thing. So when things like that happen, they don't say sexual assault or rape or groping. They say he Big Ben Roethlisberger, because he do it more than anybody got away with, according to the people.
Right.
Allegedly.
Because if he ain't in jail for it, then
yeah. Big Ben might come up and say, put some respect on my name like Baby did. Put some respect on my name.
Come on. Oh, boy up. I dare you.
All right, man. Look here, man. Let's see. We go through a little break right quick, man. And can you find anything on Miss our guest?
What happened now?
You find anything on our guest?
I got some interesting stuff.
Well, hold up till we come back on this commercial break, man.
Yeah.
And we'll be right back.
The world was made in 7 days. You understand what I'm saying, bro? And look how perfect it is. Look, I'm gonna tell you like this. You understand what I'm saying? Look at this brushed leather, baby. Brushed leather. You can't beat that. You can't beat that. Look, man.
I see it.
It's the new school FUBU. Versace on steroids, baby.
Yeah.
You can't beat this.
That is nice.
Knobbies on the bottom, baby. Knobbies on the bottom.
Sit back, relax, and feel this vibe. Ride and grind, ride and grind. If you hustle on 9 to 5, ride and grind, ride and grind. Slow your motion, take some time. Ride and grind, ride and grind. Close your eyes and ease your mind. Ride and grind, ride and grind. Sit back, relax, and feel this vibe. Ride and grind, ride and grind. If you hustle on 9 to 5, ride and grind, ride and grind. Slow your motion, take some time. Ride and grind, ride and grind. Close your eyes and ease your mind. Ride and grind, ride and grind. I put in the time on my grind and my promo. To y'all it look fast, to me it's in slow-mo. I eat with my family, my hustle on notos. I pull up my phone and they posing for photos. We changing the game, ain't no room for you lanes. All that nonsense you claiming and ride at your brain. I got rappers and stitches, my spit is insane. Go off the chain, I'm some dope and cocaine. So cleanly no stain, I hip hop with the grain. My fans say I'm hot, that's the reason I'm lame. Big moves being made, they don't time.
Man, look here, man. I don't know what you want me to do. If I don't have no product, you know what I'm gonna say. Tell me what I'm gonna say then, man. I don't know what to say anymore.
You can't make no money till you have no product.
Exactly.
Sit back, relax, and feel this vibe. Ride and grind, ride and grind. If you hustle on 9 to 5, ride and grind, ride and grind.
I'm talking about, man, we can make a bag now, man. We can make a bag now, man. You got hats, you got shoes, man. Where the socks at, though, man? You got handbags and things. Oh, there you go.
Ride and grind, ride and grind. Slow your motion, take some time. Ride, grind, ride, grind. Close your eyes and ease your mind. Ride, grind, ride, grind.
I'm hustling, homie, I'm getting it in. Turning these counters and pimping this pen. Late nights, early morning, I'm in it to win. Can't afford break time, is nobody's friend.
What's good, brothers? What's good?
It's gonna be up in here, man.
I'll take it, man. You know what I'm saying? We here.
We see him.
That straight flies. I'll dig that. I like these, man. I'll take 100.
It's all about the way you move in these streets. Ain't taking no cloud, I got facts on these feet. I'm about my business, I sponsor athletes. Think it's a game, who will sponsor my tweets? Eating's a brand, we came with that plan. Now it's in motion, we spread it like sand.
Man, what's going on, man? You ain't answering the phone and stuff, man. Man, I've been busy, man. I got to get these orders out, man.
Say, man. Hold on.
Damn that.
Oh, man, damn, my birthday, man. I'm trying to make it to the house.
Look.
I'm in the overtime.
Remember, last night or the day before, wherever it was, I was drunk, but they gave me 500.
Oh,
right?
man.
Hold on. We still got 1,500 people.
Oh, my goodness, man. Let me get this. Man, I'm in the bind right now. I got this.
Skip it.
I got you, man.
Skip it. Like that peanut butter.
Check it out. I got you covered, man. I got you covered. I got you covered.
Oh,
Listen, man, I got to get this stuff out, though, man. I got to get it out. I'm in a hurry.
So this ain't up?
No, I got to put all this product right here that's buying somebody else's order.
Come on,
Man,
man.
this is going over to China, dude.
This ain't up. Can we be here by 5 o'clock?
Oh, man, it's killing me day, my birthday.
Man,
I'll
look,
tell you
man,
what, I
look.
got you covered. How about that? I got you
You gonna
covered.
make that miracle
I'll
happen?
make it happen for you. I'll make it happen
Magic
for you.
man.
Hey, make it out. They say Jesus is black.
There you go. I got you.
All right, and we back, man. We back to another moment of the Naked Truth. I'm Jimmy the Square Guy with my boy Ed D.
What it do?
And we are talking about just everything.
Yeah, political week, and just trying to do what's right for the community. And the one thing about it is, a lot of people get discouraged about politics because they don't really think they have an effect or an influence. And the one thing that's for sure, even if you don't think you're doing nothing on a national level, locally, you definitely can do something and make a difference. And that's the environment that's definitely going to impact you the most as well. So everybody should definitely want to tune in and pay attention to what's going on in the local communities.
And that's where you have the greatest impact.
Exactly.
On the local vote.
Exactly.
Yes.
And you got more direct line of communication or access to the candidates.
Yeah, you can catch them in HEB anywhere. Long as you know who they are, you can catch them.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and bring on Miss Sonia Rash.
Yep.
All right.
Hi there. How are you?
How you
I'm
doing?
good.
Oh,
nice handshake.
How you doing?
Smile.
How you doing?
Just like a
Meet you
politician.
again.
Just like a
That's like what?
politician. They come in smiling, holding babies. No, I'm just kidding.
I was gonna say you want me to bring out the little fake baby dog?
I got some mannequins over there. I teach
Yeah.
CPR. So I got a couple of mannequins over there. You can
So,
take a few pictures.
Hi.
Hi.
Once again,
Once again, how are you?
I'll be fine.
Good.
In case y'all don't know, who did not see the FORTBEND covering, what day was that?
The barbecue?
Yeah, the barbecue.
Oh, that's when we did the school board.
Yeah, the school board, the election school board. I had a chance to interview Miss Rash then, and man, when he told me she was coming on the show today, I was like, okay. Do you remember? He said, do you remember who she is? I'm like, yeah, she the Hispanic woman.
Mm-mm.
You Hispanic?
No, I'm
What?
not Hispanic.
What are you?
What did I say? I told you that I'm non-denominational. That's what I said. I'm non-denominational.
I like
I'm from
that.
the race called the human race.
I
right?
like that.
Now y'all see why I wanted her back on the show.
I like that.
So, can I ask you what are you? Seriously now, are you really non-denominational?
Well, I feel like that
Okay.
because you know what?
We'll leave it at that then. You're a people person.
I am a people person.
We'll leave it at
you
that.
know,
We'll leave it at that.
I think all people are people, and we're all in it we're all in it together.
I like that. So what he didn't tell you was that he worked me like a mule that day when y'all had that event. I actually helped set everything up. Raining on me.
It was raining and hot.
Yeah, and then he got
Have
all
you
the
ever heard
credit, but
that
he
song
got all
about
the
Dionne
credit.
Warwick? That's what friends are for.
Yeah, he got all the credit,
There
so
you
he
go.
didn't tell you that part. Yeah.
Hey, I tried
We
to
sure didn't.
I tried to buy him a barbecue plate. He wouldn't take one. I offered to feed him.
Next time I'll take care of you. I'll give you a barbecue plate.
Sounds good.
All right.
Miss Sonia Rash,
That's me.
say hi to our audience.
Hello, everybody. I'm Sonia Rash. I'm running in 2020 for Fort Bend County Attorney. And I'm excited to be here with these gentlemen. And I'm excited to tell them a little bit about me and tell y'all a little bit about me.
Well, we're glad you came on because as Ed and I was saying previously, people just don't believe that their vote counts no more. When Obama got elected, those back to back, we saw a lot of minorities involved in politics. Now that he's out of the office, a lot of minorities got out of politics, and they just don't feel as that their vote matters. And to have you guys now come on, we hoping you can kind of restore that faith and back into the people.
Certainly. Everybody's vote matters. If we don't get out and vote, you better like what you have right now, because it's going to stay the same. If we don't get out and vote, then welcome to the world that it is right now.
That's right.
Now, I can't remember. I think it was Moore. Reverend Moore said it. If you don't vote, you just voted for the person getting in office.
It's true.
So,
every vote does count.
And the votes that don't get voted counts.
That's right, because you're voting for no one. You're voting for the other side then.
So, why should they vote for you?
Well, you know what? Let me tell you. I have been practicing for 15 years in the legal business. I'm a lawyer. I have done things in our community, which I still continue to do. But I feel really passionate about this job, and I feel passionate about Fort Bend County. That is the place that I raised my kids. That's the place that my husband and I got married. That's the place my community's in. And when I mean community, I'm not just talking about where I live. I'm talking about all of Fort Bend County. I'm talking about from Richmond, Missouri City, Sugar Land, Katy, Rosenberg, Needville. I'm talking about all of it. And all the counties that I probably didn't even mention, like Fulshire. And like I said, Missouri City and Rosenberg and all them counties. And that's what this job is about, though. This job is about representing everyone and not just representing one area. It's definitely not about representing a gender, a race, or a religion. It's about representing everybody, the human race.
I like that.
Go ahead.
So I got a question for you. I know that Fort Bend. I actually live in Missouri City myself. My daughter went to First Colony Middle School, so I know so that's my so basically you'll be representing me.
That's right.
I'm one of your constituents. What do you think is not being done right by the person who currently holds the seat that you're running for that you can actually do better?
Well, that's a really good question. Let me tell you, there's certain things that the county attorney can do that hasn't been done, that should be done, that we should be doing. Okay? First of all, we got things going out there right now that our public doesn't know about. Human trafficking. I'll just stick to that. Let's talk about human trafficking a little bit. That affects all of us. That affects anybody with kids. That affects anybody that has little kids, nephew, nieces, sisters. And it's not, I say it's just women, but it's not just women. It affects anyone and all of us. And as a county attorney, we need to shut that stuff down and not ignore it. It's in our county. It is in our county. And that's the things that need to be taken care of. It needs to be taken care of fast, not later, not a month from now, and we should never deny it if it's happening. We need to cut it out and get it out.
And that's interesting because as affluent as Fort Bend has been known for, you would not even think that problems like that really exist. You hear about it more Bissonnette, right? Southwest Houston, certain parts that are hot spots, and it's just been known for that. And that's kind of swept under the rug, kind of. It's not even talked about much.
It's not, but you know what? It's gonna be.
I have a question, and I like having things in layman terms. What are some of your tactics on dealing with human trafficking?
Well, first of all, what we need to do is start educating people. We need to go down to the basics, even if we have to start middle school, in high school, because that's where it starts. We need to teach our children. We need to teach. Oh, there we go. I'm much louder now. Okay. We need to teach our children what to look out for. We need to educate our parents, our children, our teachers. Hey, this is the things that we need to be careful about. We can't, unfortunately, we live in a time where we can't trust everybody.
Right.
And we have to let our kids know that we can't trust everybody, that we do have to educate you. We may have to even educate you starting at elementary school, what to look for and what not to look for.
Well, we definitely know that all starts with education. So tell us a little bit about your educational background. I do know that you are degreed. like very well degreed. I have a soft spot for you because if I'm mistaken, you actually graduated from Thurgood School or Marshall School of Law.
I did. I got my law.
I'm a TSU alum as well. I double majored in communications and business. So just at Jones.
I feel so left out.
I'll still give you a high five.
And I actually currently instruct up there as well. I'm an adjunct professor for the School of Pharmacy.
Ew.
I just look like this, by the way.
You look educated though. You really do. So
no, don't let the Mohawk fool you though. But yeah, I do all of that and then some. But yeah, again, so I know that, and I also know that you worked a nice little stint for Hall Law Firm.
I did. I worked for Benjamin Hall.
And I know that environment kind of well.
Okay.
I don't know if you're familiar with a lady by the name of Jacqueline Terrell.
Yeah, I sure do. I know Miss Terrell very well.
Yeah, well, we actually run a couple of businesses together. I help her do a lot of stuff with a nonprofit organization. So yeah, you see the 5 degrees of separation.
That's
It's a small world.
It's a small
Everybody
world.
knows somebody.
Absolutely.
So it's just interesting. So just give us a little bit of background about that
Sure.
and how those experiences have helped you or prepared you to be in position to do what you do now.
Absolutely. So I won't go all the way back until y'all are ready, but I'll start from college.
Okay.
So I went to college at Our Lady of the Lake University in San Antonio. I got my degree in political science from there. And when I graduated there, I went on to do my master's in international relations with a core in economics. Then I went on to go to Southern University and got my law degree. And throughout all those experiences, I've always tried to be for the people. I've always tried to do things that whatever I could to help. I know that when I was in undergrad, when I was in graduate school, I worked for the border places called the maquiladores, Justice for the Maquiladores. And that kind of solidified to me how people, we need help. And no one's out there to listen to us or them. They need a voice. And that's what this position is about too, having a voice for people.
Right.
You know, these people were working on border towns. They were getting paid 5 cents a day, living in what they call shanty towns.
Oh yeah, that's straight.
Wow.
Sweatshops.
Sweatshops.
Yeah,
That's exactly what it was. It was sweatshops. But nobody knew about it. Nobody cared about it because it didn't affect them. But that's what needs to change because it does.
And that's when change really starts to take place when things hit home, people that never said anything wants to get involved now. When Billy and Susie and little Kevin get caught up in it. Let me get a number out right quick. 832-649-8406. We have Miss Sonia Rash in here today. So y'all got any questions y'all want to ask? Call in. The number's on the TV screen, and she will be happy to simplify a lot of things for you.
I sure will.
What I did notice is that, again, your background is definitely diverse. Even from your high school for visual performing arts all the way through. I did my homework on you, lady.
You sure did. All right. You sure did.
She blushing too, look.
How much homework did you do?
But that diversity, that definitely prepares you to handle, politics, an environment where you're going to be dealing with diverse constituents, etc. So I really, just applaud you for having such a rich background.
Thank you. And that's what Fort Bend is about. Fort Bend, we are a diverse county. A very diverse county. And our government needs to represent that diverse county. And that's what I want to try to bring in. It's not about being white, black, Hispanic, Middle Eastern. It's about diversity together as one community. That's what it's about. And I'll tell you a little bit about where I grew up. I grew up in a little place called Westbury. I don't know if anybody's familiar with that area. It's in Houston.
Yes.
Okay.
Did you go to Westbury High?
I didn't. I went to high school for performing arts.
Okay.
But I went to Andy Anderson, which would be my elementary school, and then I went to Fondren Middle School.
Oh, you got the hood.
That's right.
And honestly, I'd rather have somebody out the hood representing me that can identify with what I go through, opposed to somebody who has never been there.
And that's what I'm saying. The diversity allows her to identify with almost everybody.
Yeah, because she'd have been in the hood, been up here.
You've been exactly the whole spectrum. She kind of her background, experience-wise and education-wise, kind of covers it. So that's impressive.
Well, thank you. And that's
Fondren, and what else?
Well, I went to Fondren Middle School. I'll tell you the story about how I got into my high school. But where I grew up right across the street. I shouldn't say right across the street. Right around the corner from me we had these apartments, low-income apartments. Across the street from me, around the corner, we had a liquor store and a bar. When I came home from school, there were so many times. I mean, I would pass by people drinking, smoking what I don't know, but
It's called left hand. It's called
You
left
just
hand.
won't say.
Yeah, left hand. We call them left hand cigarettes.
there you go, there you go. But I know what it's like. You know, I know what it's like to not have what some of our kids have today.
Mhm.
And I know that some of these struggles, they're real, and they're for all of us. They really are for all of us. I mean, I grew up in a time, I'm going to tell you my age a little bit, but I grew up in the 70s, 80s, okay? And when I was in the 70s, I was in elementary school. And I don't know if you know anything too much about history, but there was Ayatollah Khomeini. He was in power during that time. And that's right. And the hatred people felt for me as a second grader was overwhelming. I mean, for the things that people would say to you as a child, it's hurtful. It was very hurtful. But guess what? I moved on. I moved on because it's ignorance. That's all it is. It's ignorant people saying ignorant things. And I won't let that happen. I don't want that to happen to any child. I definitely don't want that ever to happen in our county.
Well, 832-649-8406 is the number. We're talking with Sonia Rash, and she's simplifying the things that needs to be taken care of in Fort Bend County for the people.
So really quickly for the viewers, tell us a little bit about what are the responsibilities of, is it the county attorney?
County attorney,
right?
yes, sir.
What's the responsibilities of that position in general?
You know what? That's a good question, and I'll tell you why. That's the number one question I get from everyone. The number one question is, what's a county attorney do?
Exactly.
We have a county attorney? You know, so let me just tell you, the county attorney is governed by the government code, okay? There's specific rules, there's specific things that the county attorney can do. And I'll tell you just a couple of them because I don't want to bore you. And I'll tell you what I think are the major ones.
Okay.
The major ones are, we give advice to our elected officials, okay? We write memos or memorandums of law to our elected officials and and our branch heads, okay? We defend CPS cases. We review contracts that the county enters into, okay? Yeah,
Big one.
that's a big one. That is a big one. And so you better know how to read them contracts. You better know how to do it. Those are some of the things that I feel like are the big ones that our county attorney does, you know?
Now, what are the little things that you are involved in that really impacts the people that they can actually grasp?
Okay.
Because a lot of times you say that you advise political officials and about contracts and things like that, but we may not know what the contract consists of. We may not know what's actually going on in the city. So what is it that you can share with us to say, hey, this is what we're doing to
That actually impacts what,
Yeah.
the average person directly?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let me tell you, a little bit of that has to do with transparency. You need to know, because we all pay taxes, we need to know where our taxes are going to. We need to be able to pull up fairly fast. Hey, what am I paying for from the county? Where does our money go? What kind of county roads are out there? And that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to bring up our technology so they can do that. Now, some of the other things that people don't realize is that the county also is involved in when there's a lawsuit. And there's a lot of lawsuits that we don't even know about. Now,
That's a good one.
officer-involved shootings, those are county lawsuits. If it's has to do with the county police, okay? The sheriff's office, in other words. I mean, these are all things that the county gets involved in. We protect the county, but by protecting the county, we protect the people.
Now, call me the devil's advocate, but I feel as if a lot of times when I see things in Harris County and I see people trying to protect the police department because they're trying to protect the county, so to say, whatever, it seems like they're going against the people.
Well, let me tell
The
you.
people are making one cry, he's making another. I know it's his position to defend, but sometimes things are just clearly wrong.
Absolutely.
And they try so hard to justify it.
Absolutely.
So there we see a big disconnect right there.
And it shouldn't be that way.
And we don't want to put, I'm going to say they don't want to put someone in office that's going to continue to further that disconnect.
And they shouldn't. And we shouldn't.
So go ahead.
Sure. So let me just tell you a little bit about my experience. You had mentioned the Hall Law Firm. So a lot of my cases that I did in the Hall Law Firm, there were civil rights cases. And that involves particularly some civil rights cases, right? I know just from my own experience that when something is wrong, we don't defend it. We don't say to it, we're going to let it go. We stand up and we make sure it doesn't happen. We take the people who aren't doing what they need to be doing or what they should have been doing, and we get them out.
Accountability.
Accountability. We have to have and that includes everybody.
Can you run for the county attorney over here? I'm just asking. Hey, food for thought. She might change her mind or something. I don't know. Because we don't see a lot of accountability today. And I'm not just saying in Fort Bend or just in Harris County, just in general.
Politics in general, right?
Yeah, we just don't see a lot of accountability. Everything seems to be swept under the rug.
So let me ask you this. And I think it just this is not really devil's advocate, but I guess it kind of weighs on me. How do you actually get accountability from a person that can make you all the promises in the world, and then once they get in office, you actually have no recourse of getting them out of there, and they can break all of those promises with no consequences?
And the only consequences is not re-electing that person.
Well, that's one of them, right? Not really. But you know what? You make your voices be heard. You go out. You tell people. You don't just keep it to yourself. You tell people. You stir it up in the community. You let the community know what's going on. That's what you do. As a county attorney, I want to be your watchdog. I want you to tell me, hey, this is what's happening. I need you to tell me, because I can't be everywhere. No one can. It can be everywhere at one time. The community needs to be involved and to let me know, hey, this is what's going on, so I can see and help it.
Will you be accessible to the people?
That's
a very, very major issue. We can't get to people to make the issue known.
Well, I'd like
writing letters, or it sometimes falls on deaf ears.
Well, I certainly would like to have an open door policy. That's what I'd like to do, so we can keep on getting people to come into the office or come into wherever I'm located, and I can understand what they want to tell me, and I can help them. But I can't help anyone unless they first make that initiative and reach out to me, so I can do or I can help.
And she cannot make that possible if you don't get out and vote. First and foremost, you have to get out and vote. If you want somebody like Ms. Rash in the office that's going to be transparent, have an open door policy, that's going to be, open to what you have to say and try to make someone accountable, you have to get out and put that person in office.
Especially somebody who's willing to challenge a lot of issues that often go just swept under the rug, and that people are avoiding for whatever reason, whether it be political expediency, whether it be actually things that may actually help to further the political agenda, although it's not good for the people or the community. And so transparency is extremely important. Accountability is even more important. More than anything, have somebody who's willing to fight for you and do the dirty work in those areas that most people want to keep their hands clean and don't want to touch, like human trafficking, which is huge across the world, not just not just in Harris County or Fort Bend County. So,
but I'm like Ed, Miss Rash. I did not know that Fort Bend County
you
had
call me Sonia, by the way.
Sonia.
Okay.
I did not know that Fort Bend had a human trafficking problem.
We do.
I come through there. I drive through there every day, and I never see anything anywhere
that would indicate
that indicates that they have a human trafficking problem.
Well, we do, and you know what? It's growing. If we don't stop it, it's going to go on, not just from Fort Bend, but keep on going. And we need to stop it soon.
And as you say, one of the ways to do it is to educate people, but are you putting more police on the ground? You're sending out, what they call them?
Well, you know what we need to do is we need to get, like I said, we need to get people involved. We need people to call when they see something.
So, quick question, Sonia. Since you told him he can call you Sonia,
You call me Sonia?
I
Yeah,
just
that's
figured I
fine.
could
Call
too.
me
I'm just
Sonia,
saying.
I've been
Sonia,
knowing
whatever
her.
you
I have
want.
been knowing her longest, so I can call her Sonia.
The only reason you know her is because I set the equipment up that you interviewed her.
There you go. There you go. There you go,
So-
homeboy. There you go.
I gotta come back. See this guy that made me forget my truth. Why you playing?
That's what we do. We have fun. we gotta make. We don't want her to be tensed up. She want to have fun and want to come back.
Oh, Sonia's good at this. You could tell when somebody's confident and comfortable in their own skin.
Or just being themselves. Yeah, I like that. I like
Exactly.
that.
Well, y'all make me feel
A person for the people.
Thank you. Yeah. No, we taking phone calls. Y'all go out and make a phone call to the studio. We're not taking questions.
Studio audience. You got a question?
You gotta go outside. You gotta go outside and do that. In the echo. Yeah. Now we can turn the camera for the studio audience if y'all want to get on the camera.
We can make an exception, man.
We can make an exception.
Make this a special show.
We make this a special show. We can do it. Okay. We got a request from the studio. But we can't hear your voice. What is it you want to say?
My question is, son, can I call you son?
Absolutely.
What makes you want to run?
Can you speak up?
What makes you want to run?
I'll repeat the question.
What makes you look and you see what's going on? What gives you that urge, that fire, that passion to actually run, and not just run to get the seat, but run to make a change and make a difference.
So I would listening audience ask the question, why is Sonia so passionate? What drives her to want to not only run but actually make a difference in the community of Fort Bend?
Okay. Let me tell you a little bit. Actually, a lot has to do with where I came from, because we're not going to go anywhere unless we figure out where we all came from. And I know where I came from. I came from a place where it was difficult to get out, but we did it. Or I say I did it. I got out. I want everyone to know that we can do it. And we can all get out from wherever we are, no matter what other people say to you. We can do it. But what makes me passionate about it, and what makes me feel like this is what I want to do, this is my calling in life, is that, look, I grew up in an area where kids didn't have an opportunity. I grew up in an area where sometimes it was forgotten. That whatever went on in my area was just the day as it was. It went on the next day, and the next day. I want to make sure that it doesn't happen in Fort Bend to your kids or your kids or your kids or anybody else's kids. I want that to be a safe environment for everybody. I want to make sure that they can walk home and not worry about toxins, not worry about predators coming up to them. That's what makes me passionate about it. I want to be everybody. I want to be your voice. I want to make sure that, hey, you know what? If you see something, you let us know. You let me know. Let us make the corrections. Let us help you. Let me help you.
So that was great. That was a great response. Great answer. I don't think anybody could have said it better. Because again, I do have kids in Fort Bend. My son who's actually 5 will be starting kindergarten in Fort Bend as well. So I definitely want you looking out for my children. Because the predator don't want to see me. I'd rather you get them off the street before they.
Absolutely.
I have to deal with them.
You and me both.
But
yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that. But they can't mess with mine, not even a little bit. But my question to you is, what other power do you have, like real power, to execute change in a situation like that? Okay, let's say the community is educated, and now the community responds to you and say, whatever the grievance is, what are the powers of the attorney of that office, the county attorney, that would actually be able to make a real difference in that situation?
Okay, and let's stick a little bit with the.
And I know it may get complicated, so just kind of give a.
Yeah.
You know.
A little general idea.
Yeah, a little general idea.
And let's stick with the human trafficking, right? So the county attorney's office has the power to do an injunction. If we find a place that's illegitimately running a business, they can shut it down very fast by this injunction. And that's a big power, because we can shut down a lot of illegal enterprises this way, right? And that's a huge power that they have, and that they should be using, that I will be using. And it shouldn't take a week, 2 weeks, when things are already passed and gone. It needs to be done right there and then, now.
I like that. Y'all hear that, people? Get out and vote for Sonia.
And if you see something illegal going on, as she said, you have to let that be known. It's not and stop. Get out of the mindset of snitching. So many people that I just didn't believe that many people bought into that campaign. Stop snitching, and that keeps so many people from not saying nothing. But they go on and complain amongst themselves of what's not being done in the community, what needs to be changed around here. But you won't say anything because you think you snitching. So let's get out of that mindset. Get these people in the office that we need here in the office in Fort Bend, Harris County, wherever else it is, and let's make that change.
Let's make the change.
Make the change.
Let me be your voice. Let me be your voice.
We got a question.
What do you think? What is your plan? Even though the attorney, a lot of times, you may not get involved in the educational parity that goes on in Fort Bend, but we just had a mayor lose a race, Alan Owen, because a lot of the things against him was that he was neglecting the other side of Texas Parkway, which was predominantly African American and Hispanic, and that Willow Ridge High School, Marshall High School were lacking in the funds.
Resources.
As the attorney, when you hear something like that, if you were to get that office, would you, even if you don't have any power, would you stand up and fight for something like that? Would you be a voice?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I have to be the voice. Because guess what? Not only is it my kids, like I said, it's your kids, but it's also the next generation that keeps on coming. We have to be a voice for everyone. I have to be the voice for everyone. I want to be the voice for everyone.
And I see you say that you feel like that's your calling. That's just what you...
That's what my heart, that's what I believe. This is why I'm here. I believe it truly. And I believe it, again, because not only because of my kids, and I say that a lot, because I think that's what really matters to everybody, too. It's our children, our next generation's kids, and their generation. I want people to come back to Fort Bend County and say, guess what? This is the greatest county to live in the world. Why not, right?
That's right.
And so many people don't think that you can have that, but you can.
You can. Why not? Why can't we? The only people stopping us is ourselves.
That's right. And in case everybody didn't hear the question, because I know that I think only these mics can pick up. I just want to, I guess, explain what she commented on when she said, "I'm going to stand up." Now, I can't articulate this as good as this gentleman that said this. He really has a gift of gab.
He's a preacher.
It was pretty eloquent. It was pretty eloquently asked. So you're going to have to deal with the rough version. What he more or less told Sonia was, there has been a disparity in resources and how they're distributed from one side of Texas Parkway to the other. And the last mayor actually lost the election because he neglected your Willow Ridge, Marshall, that side of the track, if you will. And so he asked her, even though they're not really directly involved in those issues, would she still stand up for things like that? And she said,
"That's right.
Absolutely.
I sure will."
So.
And you should hold me to it.
And we got the footage right here to play it back, so everybody can hold her to it.
That's right. It's about doing the right thing. It's really about doing the right thing.
And that's not always the easy thing to do.
It's definitely not always easy.
I think Ed kind of alluded to. No, it may have been Reverend Moore, the one that so eloquently asked that question. You're just one person, and I know sometimes, or I think this is how it operates. You have to do it collectively.
Correct.
How do you get these things done when you want to get it done and you have your counterparts that don't?
We got to work together at some point. We all have to work together because this isn't a Republican issue, a Democratic issue. This is an issue for everyone.
For people.
For the people. This is an issue for all
For the
of us.
for the what?
Yeah, it's a people problem.
All
That's
denomination
right.
problem, according to her.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had to put that out there. I love how you said that. Yeah. Yeah. But you know, I tell the people when the voting is.
Well, we got primaries coming up March the 3rd, I believe. I'll be on the ballot. Again, I want to tell everybody, go out and vote. We're doing local. It's going to be the same thing as in the presidential election. Don't get tired. I want to let people know that they get fatigued because this is going to be a long ballot. We no longer can just pull the handle and say we're a Democrat.
All
A
the way
straight
down.
party
Right,
ticket.
straight party ticket.
There's no more of that. So now you got to actually go and press your little buttons or move your little handles to every single person. But don't get tired. Again, our local events and our local candidates, we're at the bottom. We're at the bottom. But if you keep on going, you have to remember, I think y'all alluded to this at the beginning. Local is where it matters to you.
Yes.
That's what affects us.
That's right. That's what matters the most. A lot of people, a lot of us don't know that our judges are elected officials. There are a lot of positions that destroy us as a community because the wrong people are the voices in those seats, and we don't know that we have the power to go in there and change that. We have the power to go and decide who's going to sit for and for a $20 sneaker bar, then you need to be the one to get out there to vote and make sure that they don't get in those seats. So just know that on local level, almost all those positions are elected positions, and we can decide who get those seats and who has and who administers justice to our community and to our people. So just me on my soapbox real quick.
Yeah, I also want to invite everybody out there. I'm having my kickoff on June the 30th between 2 to 4 at Sugar Creek Country Club. If anybody out there wants to come, just come on by. You can also look me up on my website, www.sonia.rash.com. And that's for everybody.
Well, you having a kickoff June 30th.
June 30th.
Well, and what is it going to consist of?
Me.
You going to be singing?
Oh my God, not this time.
Okay. You want to come in and say something before we wind it up? We have the guy that so eloquently asked that question. You have a mic? Yeah, you got a mic right. Oh, yeah, you take my mic. We're gonna fix the microphone on January. Just pop the batteries the way they already set. There you go. Oh, we have to wrap it up.
I'll just say one more time again. I'm running in 2020. Sonia Rash for Fort Bend County Attorney. Primaries are going to be in March the 3rd. That's what I think they call it Super Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Okay, sounds good. Now, one other thing before you go, Sonia, because I think I need to emphasize that again too. Emphasize the importance of just going all the way down that ballot and putting in the work because, most people don't like work. Or anything that sounds like work, but it takes work to get things done. And so I just want you to emphasize that it's no longer a straight party ticket. They have to go and push all of those buttons. And it's interesting, though, because I didn't even know that they had changed that. Yep. So that has just got changed when?
This is going to be our first election doing it.
So to me, I'm going to tell you how I feel about it. It just sounds like after a whole lot of people who, what they call old money, the old heads. After something happened, they got them all out of their seats. Now you want to change the rules. That's interesting. It almost sounds like when OJ did what he did. Not the law don't work. The law broke. They don't want to. Not the law broke. I'm not saying OJ was innocent. I'm only saying that it seems like anytime there's a victory legally, and minorities get the win, the law all of a sudden gets changed. A lot of judges lost their seats in that straight party ticket when they ran up under Um, how can I not forget this? How can I forget this man's name? In Harris County,
Uh,
Beto,
Beto.
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 I don't know if y'all if y'all knew that. That a lot of people lost their seats only because they were on his ticket. Like they were just on the Democratic ticket. So a lot of Republicans got removed because of the straight party ticket. Because they rode the coattail of Beto. He didn't win governorship, but he got a lot of people in office.
Well,
In seats exactly in seats that historically Republican and have been for for decades.
Mm-hmm.
So it just I'm not saying that's what's going on, but it just seems like now I can't do a straight party ticket. I gotta go and pick. Sounds like they're kind of picking at the law because they're not winning.
Well,
I don't know.
Politics.
That's just my take.
Well, no,
I may be way off base, by the way. Just note that my views do not reflect. Give your disclaimer, man. I do not. This is not a naked truth view. This is Ed D. You know what I'm saying? Ed.
Yeah.
Just
For public announcement. Okay, Reverend Boyce, you want to add?
Man, Jim, I think, man, I think you guys are, you're really doing a good job up here, man. I love that you're willing to have the candidates come up. But I want to stress one point about Sonia. Number one, I don't work with bad people, and I don't work with people just for money, even though I do get paid for what I do. Let's be clear on that. Never sell yourself short. Okay, I mean you got to be real. But at the end of the day, when you got somebody that has a good heart, and they come from where we come from, I think we have to be very open-minded, not to look at a person's color or their nationality or their religion. I think that we're living in times to where information is so paramount that you have to dig deep into the heart of the person because there's so much to unpack with people, and at the end of the day, when you can sit down with a person and they can be their self and be real and not put a mask on, I think that's very interesting. And that's what I saw with Sonia. Too many times in our minority communities, we've been taught, especially in the African American community, we've been bamboozled with the idea of putting on a mask. And in turn, when you put the mask on, you can't really see who the person really is inside. And that's why when you guys were talking about things like Bill Cosby, the mask, but you really couldn't see who the person was. So I'm here to tell you, I've checked her out. And you're not getting a mask. I mean, sometimes I wish she would put a mask on. But she won't. She can't. And that's how you know you got a good person, man.
She wouldn't be herself.
Yeah. And
that's misery.
Yeah. I mean,
anytime you can't be who you are,
you know what?
Misery.
You know what? But that's one of the conversations me and her had. We talk about that kind of stuff. We talk about, her representing all people, and she got into a little bit of her story. And I really wish she could have went a little deeper, but she was experienced a lot of things, man, that, you would be like, are you black? Are your parents African American? And so.
And she would say, what?
She's non-denominational. Yeah. But I think, man, local government is important. A lot of people don't understand how important a lot of these positions are, man. You only got one black senator in Texas, state senator, You got a lot of different ethnic groups that are not in power or in parity in Texas. And I think with bringing people like Sonia on, she's going to advocate for us, especially like we did in the 1920s. So, I mean, guys, I just ask y'all to get behind her. I think she's good for the job, and I think we can hold her to her word, because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make her sign a contract, right, and I'm gonna get it notarized by a notary Republican.
Here it is, right here, y'all.
And make sure. Look, hey, make sure we get something. But no, she'll keep her word, man. She'll be on the front line for the people, and she'll get in business that ain't none of her business, and that's what you want.
And here is the declaration of Sonia Rash. We're signing here on Live on Nation. Man, we thank you, Reverend Wolf, for bringing.
Oh man, hey, this political week, right?
Political week.
I got some other ones coming for you,
Bring
right?
them on. We got them.
We got what? Diane Waters coming.
Bring them.
I think we working on Jennifer Ken too.
Scarface.
Oh man, Scarface! If we can get Scarface, that'll be a blessing.
Mr. Scarface is back, back again, y'all.
And I think we got a guy running for Precinct 1 Constable. What's his name?
There's a couple of
The African American guy.
Which one?
It's so many.
We have
Listen,
a lot of people
hey man,
running
look,
for
listen.
some of these
If you want politicians, I can find them. I know you guys ask the tough questions, and again, on behalf of Sonia, I appreciate y'all for having her.
Well, I definitely appreciate it
give
too.
people your information one more time. We can sign off.
You can also look me up at www.sonia Rash RASH.com. That is my website. I'm running for 2020 Fort Bend County Attorney.
Don't forget the kickoff.
Kickoff is June 30th between 2 to 4 at Sugar Creek Country Club.
And look out for a bunch of events. We're going to get around, get to the people. This ain't no politician picture game we playing. We going directly to the people.
And if you want me to come out to where you are, I'm happy to do that. Look me up on my website, write me a note, shout out to me, call me if you want. My number's on there, and I will come out to you wherever you are in Fort Bend County.
And that's the naked truth. And we'll see y'all again soon with more Political Week right here on the Naked Truth, your political hip-hop outlet. Again, it's Sonia Rash. Thank you for coming. Thank you, Reverend Moore. Thank you, Ed D. Thank you, Januel, Eric, Harvey, my boy. And we'll see y'all again, man. Thank y'all.
Chopping it up like Bruce Lee. Fresh on the scene like who is he? I do the Wu-Tang to get the cream. It took an 18, we chasing the dream. Fight to the bell ring, I Young Money team. The chopper on me and I'll make it sing. Get the rolling to the jeweler, told him make it bling. You know my lover, you Billie Jean.